in there, including Godoge, Vexus, Ponlo. Meanwhile, it's Arcanys, a very famous team indeed, I believe from the Philippines on the Radiant side. Your thoughts, man? Who do you think's got the upper hand this game?
Well, according to the odds on the betting sites, Arcanys seems to have a slight upper hand. I wouldn't say that they're the clear favorite because before the game started, the odds were 50-50, but now they're more inclining towards something like 65% and all. Arcanys, but I think that's more because they're the more established team here. They've been here forever. They've had some roster changes, but they've been on the scene forever. They have been winning in some circumstances. Right now, they've been coming out of 2-3 heavy losses. They just faced Team Burster in the same league and went down 2-0 to them. Whereas Team Godoge, I'm just gonna call them Godoge. He's their captain and probably the most prominent player on that roster. They're a relatively new team. I think they are an absolutely new team. They've just formed for this tournament. So
Radiant team pick.
Well, it is going to be the opening picks. Fairly standard stuff so far, except for the fact that Gyrocopter has not been picked. And there we go, Arcanys with the Winter Wyvern and the Gyro, while Godoge picking up the Queen of Pain and the Earthshaker. So as far as this league goes, it looks like Arcanys and Godoge are both playing a fairly fresh round here. Godoge not played a single game in the league. Arcanys just a 0-2 loss, as you mentioned earlier, to Burster. So it's really hard to tell who's in what form and who's going to come out ahead in this game. But I'm guessing the results of game 1 will throw some more light on who has the upper hand in reality. Rapid fire draft coming out here. I believe Arcanys has a level 1 bonus time penalty as well, which is why you see them with just a minute and 20 seconds on the reserve clock. You've got the Brood ban coming out from the Dio. We've got the Clockwork and the Lancer getting banned out by Arcanys. I'm wondering though, are we going to see any pocket stats being pulled out here, or are teams just going to go with the tried and tested picks as Lina gets banned?
I think so far it's just going to go with tried and tested, because we noticed in the last game where we had these first and second. This game it's been like textbook meta. So I don't expect them to do something really different. Of course, there can always be that one different pick that comes out for them. If I remember correctly, CSW, which was captained by Godoge at that point, if I'm not wrong, they opted to go for some weird off lanes back then of some Winter Wyverns and Abaddons together. So they like doing something out of the book, but this is a new team. How it goes.
A new team, but with tons of experience at their backs. Godoge, I mean, I know we're harping over him a lot, but this is a name that's been around on the scene for really long. If I'm not wrong, he's even attended a TI with Absolute Legends. I may be wrong about this, but yeah, Absolute Legends, one of the more prominent teams on the SEA circuit back in the day, or rather on the Oceania SEA circuit, because they were from Australia, if I'm not wrong. But enough about that. We've got the next pick for Godoge. They're really thinking this through. 1 minute and 18 seconds on the clock. They're digging into reserve time now. The Queen of Pain, very versatile, could run on the mid safe lane or the off lane, so we'll have to wait and see how this draft plays out.
In a more European or NA based game, you'd always expect the QOP mid like 90% of the time, but you see more and more of those.
In fact, just last game we saw Team KI5 running a Queen of Pain and an Undying in the off lane, so I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. But given that the Spirit Breaker has been picked up, I highly doubt that's going to be a support Spirit Breaker. I'm not a fan of having the dual melee support rather, with the Earthshaker and the Spirit Breaker, and especially given the fact that both of them, they're not exactly the supports that like to stick around in the lane. They're the type that like to go ganking and creating space on the map.
Yep, it would leave them with a really weak lane, though this could work if QOP was their safe lane solo. Then they could have a Earthshaker with him. Even then, Spirit Breaker would have to go off lane with another carry or something. I don't think that's an option. But Arcanys, they're a team known to pick up more passive heroes. They like their more defensive supports, and we can see that in Winter Wyvern and Root. Not a lot of damage output coming out from them, but some more reactive and more defensive support.
Yeah, it is. I'm not entirely sure if Rubik classifies as defensive, but it's definitely a great pick versus the Spirit Breaker. The lack of a cast point on the telekinesis, of course, it works wonders against the Charge of Darkness, allowing him to lift him mid-charge and whatnot.
Yeah, he's more reactive, that's what I meant. Winter Wyvern
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but Winter Wyvern definitely probably the best defensive support out there right now, or rather the best well-balanced support out there right now. You've got defensive capabilities. It's a hero that works extremely well in the late game phase with the Winter's Curse, and of course, Splinter Blast, a fairly spammable spell that allows you to keep creep waves pushed out by yourself. Whoa.
Whoa, it's gonna be a
Radiant team
techies.
pick.
Okay, let's not act like we're that surprised, man. There's techies has actually come to the forefront of the meta now. Once upon a time, we'd be shocked at a techies pick here, but a fourth pick techies doesn't really seem that bad. And I'm thinking it's going to be a dual lane with the Spirit Breaker and the techies in the off lane, perhaps.
Yeah, more. I think techies is gonna be more of a roaming kind of board kind of a. So he's just gonna run around planting mines. Occasionally, he'd hop into that off lane to get some experience.
5
More.
seconds remaining.
This is actually a curveball thrown at Arcanys. They are gonna have to play so defensive because of that one pick.
Well, ironically, there was a thread about Rubik versus Techies, the matchup, about how games never end when a Rubik does his part right. So we've got a Techies, we've got a Rubik on the other side. This does have the possibility of going extremely late with multiple team wipes. But let's see how it plays out. Beastmaster, gonna be the pick from Arcanys. I like this pick. It's a very smart pick versus the Techies. Number one, you get vision of if you play your cards right, you've got vision of the Techies moving around the map. Secondly, you've got the board to tank up some of those landmines in the early phases.
Not only that, he's also a very natural necro bookmaker.
Radiant
Could
team
always
back.
expect those from the beat. He could go for a blink necro or just rush his necro. Becomes a lot easier.
That is true, and Winter Wyvern, of course, a hero with long enough range to take down those mines. Rubik as well. I don't think Arcanys is going to be too peeved by that Techies pick really, but I'm pretty sure Godoge has something up their sleeves here. Their last pick, it looks like they need a carry. What's it going to be here?
Templar
It could very well be a
assassin.
safe lane. I was just gonna call that TA, man. I started my statement saying that's
Lies.
gonna be a safe
You're gonna
lane
say
QOP.
anti-mage.
No, man. That just sucks. Like, they couldn't have waited for 3 more seconds.
Alright, can you explain the logic behind this? Because I, for one, am quite lost about a safe lane TA
I
this
think
game.
they wanted more of a snowball lineup, so the QOP in the safe lane can hold her own versus almost anything that comes against her. The Chico can roam around, and the TA just sets up effectively for this lineup. They have such room now that the Techies has picked up the Arcanys supports. Everything is going to be restricted to the deep warding, my moving like as 5 together, trying to always create some sort of space, or it gives a lot of room to TA, and the Dio TA is always on. Get that early Desolator, Roshan is easy to pick off. There's always going to be Dio Ancient stacks, which are quite easy to do, and you have a Spirit Breaker in the off lane. If he's completely zoned out, he can just go and stack Ancients. So there's a lot of room. And
I'm a little worried though about the TA now, because that last pick Viper, it looks absolutely threatening here for that Templar Assassin. I'm wondering though, are we gonna see? Is this actually going to be an off-lane TA? Sorry, a safe lane TA? Or are we going to see on a core role with Queen going towards the middle lane?
they could actually make that adjustment now that... Nah, I don't think it's...
Well,
Yes,
he
sir.
has picked up core-ish items, so it is going to be an off-lane Spirit Breaker by the looks of it. But yeah, like you called it, I think it's going to be... Wait, hang on, Godot's moving towards the top lane here, so... We're going to see a minefield setup here, where he's even got an observer ward to scout out this movement, but Arcanys, they're moving in as a 4-man unit towards the enemy jungle, and by the time they get there, Godot's only going to have about 2 landmines placed. That's not enough to score a kill on anybody. And in fact, Arcanys is even pinging it out. They're drawing circles around where Godot might be. Calm before the storm, you've got Gyrocopter leading the charge. They're pinging him out as well. Oh, we could just see this first blood happening right about now. Look at that, he steps on the mines, he actually does go down. 2 mines, more than enough by the looks of it to take the Rubik. That's first blood in favor of Godoge and Godot, of course, leading the charge for his team.
That... You could see Vexus almost twitching to just blink in there and kill the Gyro too, but wise decision not to go in there.
For some reason though, the fight recap doesn't show any goal changing hands. I can't for the life of me understand that. Guess it's a bug.
Yeah, that shit's very messed up at times.
There's the fight breaking out again in the river. Well placed Fisher by Ponlo. Heinrich could be in trouble, but the rocket barrage too strong. I think we're gonna see Illusion Jesus going down. No, he just barely makes it away by the skin of his teeth. Heinrich meanwhile coming back in. Another rocket barrage now available and ready to go, but Vexus blinking up onto the high ground survives in a sliver of HP. That was too close for comfort for Godoge, but I think they should be okay. Let's have a quick look at the bounty runes, both picked up by the dire side, so one might even say it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good start for God. Let's just call them God, because that's what their shows are there. So yeah, it's a good start for them. They have both the bounty runes. They did get first blood, and they're gonna ferry out a salve to the mid TAs. It's a good start. Let's see how this goes. But the tri lane is actually smarter. They can't really contest a tri lane with the QOP. Could see them rotate this lane. But
in fact,
ideally you want that QOP facing the beast.
It looks like they might be swapping the lanes around. I see Vexus moving all the way into the middle lane. He's popped a salve on route as well, so he is moving bottom. You've got Earthshaker meanwhile just pulling the creeps for now, getting whatever little bit of EXP that he can, but yeah, it is going to be Spirit Breaker now charging up towards the top lane, so a lane switch is in order for Godoge. But yeah, the middle lane, the ever so dreaded matchup, it's TA versus Viper, and I think we can agree that Viper has a significant upper hand in this lane.
Yeah, but as I pointed out, it's not going to be so bad for the TA. She can always come back with the stacks in the jungle, can go and stack Ancients herself once she up. It's not that bad. And in the beginning levels, I think she's fine. The Viper's levels up a bit. Gonna have to move to the jungle or clear stacks once he 5 or above.
Yeah, meanwhile, let's have a quick look at what Techies has been up to. Godots in the jungle, just placing down landmines on the high ground. There is a Radiant Observer ward though, so it spotted out the courier walking in towards him. They know exactly where these mines are if they were paying attention. That, coupled with the fact that there's a Hawk just watching Godot walk straight out. Yeah, they're definitely not going to die to those mines.
Both runes again gonna be secured by Godoge. Oh god. Godoge.
You've got Temple Assassin actually doing a decent amount of damage. Bonlo faking the Fisher there. He's gonna get it off. The Charge of Darkness as well. Here comes Godot. Drops the landmine. Doesn't need to use the suicide. He gets the kill on the Viper. Lots of pressure towards the middle area. Here comes the Spirit Breaker though. He hits a creep instead of the Rubik, and the refraction just barely keeping Illusion Jesus alive.
Yeah, he's gonna get a salve from the Spirit Breaker. He's actually winning handedly, right?
He's at level 3, the Spirit Breaker. He's moving up top again. You've got Arcanys on the Winter Wyvern, just hanging around the sidelines. Gyro. He's got 18 CS in the bank, so he's pretty much the clear leader here on the early CS war. While it's Beastmaster who's doing not so badly at the bottom lane. He's at 16 for 2. This is a lot more than an offlaner should be getting up against the Queen of Pain.
I guess that's more because of the early start that he got. He was facing Spirit Breaker and stayed all the way.
Meanwhile, Illusion Jesus, he's got his bottled boots still. He's doing well against the Viper for now. It's 16 CS on the Templar Assassin, and there's no stacks in the jungle, but yeah, well, actually there is one stack camp in the jungle, so he's got some sort of a catch-up mechanism once this Viper starts pulling ahead. Fairly passive so far. You've got Arcanys just hanging around the top lane, trying to get as much farm on the Gyro. Spirit Breaker, I'm expecting him to move out of this lane sometime soon. Maybe apply some more pressure on the Viper at the middle lane. Speaking of pressure, Ponlo sticking around here, close to the tier 1 tower, but yeah, the creep equilibrium really not in favor of GOD right now.
I think this works out well for Arcanys. They want this kind of a stable, slow playstyle in the beginning. They can farm up those items on their Gyro. There's a reason it's the most contested hero right now in this map. That once he gets some sort of beginning farm, he gets those phase boots or power treads, what opting for, and state drums or another core item up can pretty much destroy God's lineup if they choose to fight into it. God is gonna more or less try to dodge these fights, just sit back and try to bring in pressure once they are all level 6.
Speaking of level 6, once Gyro hits level 6, I'm expecting some sort of aggression coming out from Arcanys. You've already got the Primal Roar available on the Beastmaster, apart from that lack of mana, of course. And I do expect him to call out a TP or buy one from the side shop soon. As far as jungle stacks go, there is a camp stacked on the Radiant side. I'm expecting the Gyro to finish that up. Middle lane, some pressure on the Viper, but yeah, I've got to say Illusion Jesus is doing a really good job in his lane so far. Beastmaster bottom lane, he's taking a beating here. He does pop the salve, but it does get cancelled almost immediately by Vexus. But I think Sydney's gonna be okay. He's actually got himself the bottle, so he can stick around in the lane a little longer without fear of being bursted down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane, they're going in. Godoge, he does have the suicide, uses it almost instantly along with a landmine. Gets himself the 3rd kill of this game for his team and for himself. Gyrocopter, a very high priority target, being taken down.
Yeah, and that's really bad for Arcanys, because that was the one hero that was doing really well on their line. PS, and there was no need. But he's gonna go down. And like I pointed out, they're already stacking the Ancients, but this was scouted by a Hawk that the Beastmaster had over the dire Ancients. They're gonna know that these stacks are there.
Yep, but the problem is, I'm not sure if they can actually go in and contest there, because I'm expecting TA to have some backup when they go in to contest, take the stack, and it's probably going to be after they take a tower, but hold that thought. Middle lane, the Mel connects on the Viper. Here comes the Winter Wyvern, good Splitter Blast along with that Cold Embrace, keeping the Viper alive. They'll turn it around, they get the kill on the Spirit Breaker, and now it's going to be Punlo in trouble. He's getting slowed by the poison attacks, and that's another kill. This time, the support Winter Wyvern taking the frag. 3 for 3, Arcanys leveling the tables.
And great rotations by those support. It was perfect timing.
Well, Godoge's going to be happy to take some free EXP in the lane. Meanwhile, he doesn't have the Suicide Squad attack available, but Spirit Breaker charging out from base. I'm guessing this is just a means of conveyance for him right now, as opposed to actual aggression on the Gyrocopter. Well, as far as the net worth chart goes, it is the Templar Assassin leading at 3.3k net worth. Gyrocopter, close at his heels despite having that one death to his name, has farmed pretty darn well, I have to say. He's got 3 points in the Rocket Barrage though, opting to max it out over and above the Flak Cannon, so it looks like Arcanys will be looking to make the most out of this call down, hoping to get some pickoffs with that 3-point Rocket Barrage. Oh, the Hawk actually scouting out Templar Assassin, taking this Ancient stack. Maybe they're gonna go in. And he's got a double damage rune as well.
Templar was actually trying to stack that, but foiled by that Hawk. Jumped in and...
Well, it's Arcanys' turn to get aggressive here with the Primal Roar. They've popped the smoke. They do see the Templar at the middle lane, and they're gonna wait on the high ground for now. Smoke's been dispelled. They're going in. Refraction's been used. There's the Viper Strike to start things out. That is one dead Templar Assassin, a Sentry Ward for good measure as well, as Viper scores the kill. And they even managed to force out a TP rotation from Vexus. But while that's happening, Gyro does unload his cannons as he gets a kill on the Earthshaker at the bottom lane. That homing missile actually chasing Vexus all the way from the bottom lane allows Viper to get one extra poison attack in. The way this game is going, Arcanys does have a lead. It's 750 gold and 750 EXP going in their favor, but by no stretch of the imagination is it an insurmountable lead. Bottom lane, the charge onto the Rubik, it's a level 6 Spirit Breaker, but the telekinesis, there's that cast point advantage we were talking about. And Nether Strike to follow it up. It's been stolen. No, that's an empowering haste stolen away. Well played by Matano there, as Bartosai does manage to get away. He's gonna salve actually. They're coming back for round 2. 8 seconds to go till telekinesis is available, and 8 seconds till they get the spell steal online as well. But it looks like Matano is going to take the safe route out, as Viper won't be able to catch up for the poison attack.
Could be really bad for the raid. By camping, right? Prayer Breaker's gonna.
Well, Suicide Squad attack is available here. We're gonna see Godoge going in. Here comes the Space Cow charging straight in. Nether Strike unavailable, but I don't know if they can take him down. He has a bracelet this time. The landmine not connecting. This is gonna be Heinrich turning it around all by himself. Nope, scratch that. Nexus comes in to clean up the mess that his teammates made. It's a 1-for-1, but that was a suicide from the techies, which means advantage to GOD. Templar meanwhile accelerating her farm, cleaning up those ancients. She's at 53 CS, but she's probably gonna pull ahead on the net worth chart after this ancient stack's been cleaned up.
Yeah, they still have the jungle stack. I mean the bean stack. It's not that much farm. Very something.
Well, Fisher dropped down, Ponlo slowing things down at the bottom lane. Tier 1 tower in jeopardy, but I don't think that GOD is going to be able to. I mean, I don't think Arcanys is going to be able to take this tower so early.
But if they can, that's going to be the mech up on the Viper. At that point, you just 5-man and rush into lineup.
Well, I might have to take my words back because they've rotated the Beastmaster down as well, and he's got 1 point in the Inner Beast aura along with the Viper standing at his back. Bucklow's ready to go as well. They are going to get this tower, and GOD not looking like they want to contest this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think it's a smarter decision.
Dire's structures are
Till the
fortified.
Templar can rotate bottom, she's actually going to pick up a Blink Dagger, not that early Desolator. This is a good decision. She can just blink in and into the fights and they can be more aggressive.
Well, they're trying for the denier. Vex is... Oh, there's the Fisher, but the deny will come out. Well, making the most out of a crappy situation, I have to say. At least they get the deny, and that is actually a big deal because Arcanys, they are grouping up to get that tower. Good Fisher there is going to allow Vexus to blink away. No, he was a little late on that. He opted to walk a few steps before moving, and that bought enough time for Nascent to come in with the primal row. Suddenly, GOD is not too peeved about that deny as middle lane, Heinrich throwing down a call down just to slow down the push.
They were actually diving him into the call down while the Spirit Breaker was charging him, but once the rocket hit...
Mine!
Again, you've got Arcanys grouping up at the middle lane. Tons of pings coming out. They really want to make something happen. The Haste Rune on the Rubik, 2 remote mines placed down as well, and I think that should be enough to slow down this push. Maybe not actually. They do have the Sonic Wave. They didn't use it the last fight.
Picked up a Viper.
Big Sonic Wave coming out. Heinrich, he's in no man's land over that cold embrace. The charge coming through. Matno gonna use the Nether Strike to get the kill on the Gyro, but the stolen scream thrown by Barosai. They're gonna get a return kill on the techies, and that's a killing spree taken away by the Winter Wyvern. And yeah, the mech timing couldn't have been better, but that fight's not over just yet. You've got Illusion Jesus running in. Again, the cold embrace, keeping the Viper alive. They'll get the kill on the Templar instead, as Ponlo in trouble. Vexus, they're gonna scream and get the kill on the Viper. Charge from the Spirit Breaker. What a mess this is turning into, as Arcean's gonna go down, but not before the Primal Roar gets the kill on the Spirit Breaker, and now Queen of Pain, the next to hit the deck. That's actually a full 5-man team wipe in favor of Arcanys, who lost about 3 heroes in the fray.
Yes, GOD have to realize that they are overcommitting into these heroes. They have that really defensive support on the Winter Wyvern. Most of the times, like, the target that's focused is just being safe. And that fight at mid where the Gyro went out before, like, the mech was flying out of the Viper and was cancelled by someone. Someone probably hit their F3 key and just sent the courier back to base. So the mech timing was like about 5 seconds off. If he had received that mech earlier, he could have pretty much saved the Gyro, and it would have been a complete disaster. Not that it wasn't for.
Alright, I'm getting some feedback about the stream being a little laggy. Apologies guys, I don't see any frames drop, so I don't think it's an issue on my end. I am streaming off the Singapore server, so I don't know if that could be the issue. But yeah, rest assured, it is not an issue that is in my hands right now. Maybe I can check up some settings later, but I don't think it is an issue. But yeah, back to this game. The net worth difference in favor of Arcanys, about 2,000 gold going their way, 1,500 EXP as well. Max online, it was online for the last fight as well, and they're looking like they really want to force this issue. And does GOD really have a response to this?
What they're doing is the best they can. They're just opting to farm different lanes, put some pressure on the others. QOP also picked up a tier 1 of her own, so that's the best trade they could get. This is what Arcanys is gonna do. Now the mech is up, they're just gonna 5-man together that mech. There's nothing techies can do, right? Defend towers this early. He needs a scepter, he needs some levels before he can actually contribute to team.
Yep, it's unfortunate that most of his rotations have been scouted out, else I'm pretty sure Godoge was relying on creating space for his team with those landmines all over the place, picking off casual stragglers, but that's not worked out for them. And now Arcanys, they found their footing, they found their core items, they're grouping up, and it's just gonna be one push after the other. But I like this decision from GOD. Instead of sitting and taking it lying down, they're gonna pop a smoke, moving into the jungle, and this is possibly the best skill they could have found. You're gonna see Heinrich, but he's a little bit out. There's the meld with the blink. They're gonna get this kill on Heinrich. Techie's gonna score that one for himself. And again, at least they're gonna make it a trade here. They're gonna get the kill on the gyro plus a tier 1 in exchange for a tier 1 of their own at the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is pretty good rotations. Man, if Arcanys is not careful, then they can pretty much rotate into Roshan and pick him off. No, I think it's too early. There's no Desolator and damage on
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, we're at 16 minutes in. The scoreline's at 12 to 8. We're going at a kill a minute. Towers falling left, right and center. And not just figuratively, literally on all 3 lanes. Middle tier 1 tower almost gonna go down, and that's gonna mean all tier 1 towers down in this game for both sides. Like you said, Roshan, definitely a possibility for GOD with that Templar Assassin, but I think they're gonna have to wait till that Desolator comes online. Whoa! Illusion Jesus blinking past the homing missile. It's gonna follow him and stun him in the face, but again, Heinrich goes down, and that's gonna slow down Arcanys' growth towards the late game. Middle lane though, it looks like Illusion Jesus gets lifted, thrown back. The Viper strikes there, but he does blink away right now. Can he get away to safety? The Sonic Wave stolen by Barosai, returned onto Illusion Jesus. They don't have detection. Sentry wards are in the stash for the Winter Wyvern, and that's gonna allow Templar to blink away. Again, they escape scot-free.
Yeah, that's a little strange playing against Techie's lineup with him have protection, but it's a rare mistake. I don't think it's sort of a mistake. This is again a good decision, pushing down mid, no dagger on Shaker that they can stop these push. GOP ult is also down.
And they're doing this, well, what GOD is doing is they've realized that they can't take this fight without the dagger on the Earthshaker. Instead, they're going to slow it down with Godoge, throwing down some mines, while Vexus, he's actually forced out a rotation from Heinrich at the bottom lane, and here comes the Spirit Breaker. This is beautiful for GOD. If they can get this kill on the gyro without losing a death here, they're going to come out ahead in this. But nope, Heinrich, he's got plans of his own. He turns this around, the Rocket Barrage laying into both of them. They get the kill on the Spirit Breaker. Vexus picked up and tossed back, but the Shadow Strike might just take him down. No, there's the defensive urn thrown down by Barosai, keeping Heinrich alive for now. Good play from Arcanys, coming back here, not losing anything, getting a kill instead, and they'll even get this tier 2 at the middle lane. Godoge just being a complete pest, throwing down those remote mines, and yep, Viper's gonna get that kill on the tower, bringing him closer to his Ag Scepter. Look at that bow though, preventing Illusion Jesus from jumping in, but now there's a well-placed Fisher, securing the kill for the Templar Assassin, the meld hit, taking down Winter Wyvern in no time. What's the game plan here for GOD? Because it seems like they're coming out behind in every little skirmish, and they've lost a lot of their outer towers, which means map control slowly slipping away from their hands.
Yeah, like I said, they just need farm on their heroes to split push right now, get the best of the trades, because Arcanys is only gonna 5-man.
Oh, that was a whiffed Echo Slam on Barosai. There's 2 sentry wards placed, and Spirit Breaker's gonna get the killing spree, but yeah. But yeah, like you said, the game plan, I kind of agree with you. I think GOD's just got a split push, but even when they do get their core items, they're gonna get a Desolator on the Templar Assassin. That's gonna allow them to get some more damage, but without having a Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker or an Ag Scepter on the Techies, I don't see how they're gonna stop these Death Ball pushes coming in from Arcanys.
Techies is actually quite close. He's already almost got 2 components of the axe. Can actually stall for that long. They can pick up Roshan once the Deso is done. Like these small movements that they have to come out perfectly from G. Then like once they have some kind of an advantage, they had that scepter, they can keep defending into Arcanys' lineup. They'll discourage Arcanys from 5-manning. And once that happens, they can easily pick off these heroes. Scepter's almost up on the co-op too, so that's gonna increase the fight, maybe push quite a.
Yeah, that's actually a very important pickup, I think, for Vexus. Once he's got that Ags, it's a decent amount of damage coming out and fairly spammable cooldown as well. That should allow them to hold their high ground. But yeah, I think I'm with you on this, where GOD's probably even going to have to sack 1 or 2 more of their outer towers and then commit to a full-on high ground defense. Unless, of course, they can find some great smoke rotations and find important pickoffs.
Something that I find really strange in this game is that Gyro's actually opted to go for that Yasha. Usually when we go into this drums Aquila build, you opt to go for a Sanj to make yourself tanky. But he's opted to go for that greedy Yasha farm build, and just because of that, he's going to be that much more squishier, and he's going to be burst down quite easily. It's 1000 HP.
Yeah, that is actually cause for concern for Heinrich, and I'm not sure if relying... Yeah, I don't think relying on the mech is a great way to approach the situation, but Arcanys playing this aggressively. Illusion Jesus sticking to the right side of the lane. There is an observer ward in the lane scouting this out, but he knows something's up. Smoke, not dispelled just yet. They're going to use the Hawk for vision as Winter Wyvern comes in from the other side. A pincer trap indeed, as it is successful. The Viper Strike, the Primal Roar, everything except the kitchen sink thrown down at Illusion Jesus to bring him down.
Rosh for Radiant. Have to make this fair. This either forces the Lana to buy back, but he has no buyback. This is pretty much free Rosh.
Meanwhile, Ponlo scared to show himself at the top lane, not realizing that this might be happening. Now there's the ping. They know that something's up. But that Hawk, so effective at these Rosh takedowns. They know everything. They have so much information within the Rosh pit, and they'll find the Rosh. Aegis picked up by the Gyro, adding another layer of security.
And this was Gyro's weakest point. Like when he had these items, now he's gonna pick up his Sanj and Yasha, and for he's gonna be a lot more tanky. It's gonna be a lot harder to bring him down. This is just one of those comeback mechanisms that's been denied to GOD.
Let's have a look at the goal graph. It's still really close. Arcanys, it's 22 minutes in, and wow, what just happened? Okay, then Aegis denied. Aegis taken down. Godoge single-handedly with some remote mines in the lane. But yeah, as I was saying, Arcanys isn't that far ahead. It's 22 minutes and a 2000 goal lead is practically nothing at this point. While the EXP is actually going in favor of GOD right now. I think
what I meant was in terms of the game, if Arcanys still had that Aegis, which was I think a very important takedown by that Techies. If he still had that Aegis, the 5-man could have been unstoppable. They could have got mid-racks off that Aegis. But now that Aegis is down, it gives them more and more time.
Yeah, it does. It definitely allows GOD some time to split push farm, and Arcanys just has to play that much more cautiously. Ponlo, meanwhile, he's been in this tree line for a really long time. I saw him in this exact same spot when Rosh was being taken out. I'm assuming he moved and came back in, but yeah, I'm guessing he's just hoping that someone shows themselves in the lane and then Queen of Pain blows him up with the Sonic Wave.
Actually, I think he's moved only on about 3 inches on that from the lower tree, so I was camping there hoping off.
Well, he is being punished for it. He's still at level 8 for now. He is the lowest level hero in this game. Winter Wyvern second at level 9.5, so the Glimmer Cape looks like the item of choice for Winter Wyvern, and yeah, I guess I could agree with that. Not so much for the magic immunity, but more for the invisibility in these fights.
I actually just realized how farmed this is.
Well, there's the pickoff finally about to happen. Sonic Wave stolen! That's an Ag steal on him. Can he turn it around? They do get the kill on the Beastmaster after expanding the Echo Slam. Osai, he throws down the Sonic Wave along with the Winter's Curse from the Winter Wyvern. That's 2 supports taking down a poor Queen of Pain in exchange for a kill on the Beastmaster. I think that's a trade Arcanys is going to be okay with.
Yeah, that's definitely a good trade. Though he doesn't get the Scepter Sonic Wave. The Scepter himself to get Scepter.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's still an amazing takedown, and that Rubik is really farm, man. He's got a blink dagger. It's a higher net worth than Techies. He's doing quite well for himself. He's almost caught up with opponents off lane.
5.4k net worth on the Rubik, that's no laughing matter. And yeah, like you said, the Blink Dagger gonna help him get in position to steal some of these big ticket spells, and there's plenty in this game. I'm even gonna count the Nether Strike as a pretty crucial spell if you can manage to steal that.
It doesn't do much without it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, middle lane Templar trying to force down this tier 1 tower, but Naceedney's gonna have none of it. Top lane Arcanys continues to mount the pressure, and with this tier 2 tower going down, it's basically gonna restrict GOD to, I would say, this half of the minimap. So their farm is really gonna be stunted unless they can find smoke pickoffs and some towers of their own.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I mean,
They're gonna be restricted to the base, or actually that line, that very symmetrical line that you put there. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to move around the map for them. But they have taken over the bot jungle, so they're doing fine. Like, they're playing this perfectly to the way they can. I mean, if that Roshan hadn't been picked off, if that TA, the consequence of that TA kill was actually much greater than it seems.
Yep, in fact, I would assume that he's gonna go for a BKB next. Although, I'm not too, now that I think about it, is it really that, does it really have that much merit? No.
No, not really. Just Rubik left and out rockets from Child. The only thing it blew.
I guess the Daedalus or the, basically anything that just adds to his damage might be a better item choice to burst down heroes. We do see Godoge mining up this bottom lane, so he's just barely on the tip of darkness inside the fog as he planted those mines. But I'm pretty sure Arcanys knows that something's up.
Gold for me.
Between Templar traps and these mines coming out from the techies, GOD has a lot of vision on this map. They don't have a single observer wall right now, but they've got vision on almost every single choke point, and that's actually a huge deal for them.
That being said, Arcanys has almost picked up their level 3 next. It's about 50 gold of his recipe. That's gonna be much easier.
Wow, okay, missed a kill there. Looks like Queen of Pain does go down. Winter Wyvern getting the money for that. She does. Well, Winter Wyvern's already got a full Glimmer Cape, and now she's at level 11, so Arcanys slowly but surely clawing themselves back into this game. They know there's no rush. They've just got to hunker down for the late game with the Beastmaster aura coupled up with the Gyro hitting hard. They've even got the Primal Roar to go through Magic Immunity in the late game phase. So they're playing well. They know what they need to do. The pressure is actually on GOD to make some plays. And I think they're gonna wait for the next rush before they do anything.
Templar's actually gonna go for that BKB, so he's really scared of that magic damage coming.
Okay, we've hit that point. Rubik has managed to steal landmines, level 4 landmines, so I'm pretty certain he's gonna use this to secure his own side of the map now. As for techies, he can buy out the full Ag Scepter now.
Blink Dagger's actually picked up in the Earthshaker too.
Yeah, I think that's the last tool that GOD needed to actually hold their high ground effectively, but here's the smoke coming out from Arcanys. They know that they've got an opportunity window here. If they can get the pick off, it's close to the time of rush spawning, and oh, they see the Templar Assassin farming the Ancients, Primal Roar as well. Again, Illusion Jesus going down, no buyback available for him. It's 60 seconds without a Templar Assassin. Is this a high round push from Arcanys?
They're gonna try, at least they feel that if Templar has buyback, because they haven't actually seen him pick up another item, they don't know that this BKB is in the stash, so they're gonna try to get a buyback from him. This stupid mine thing, the sign might actually discourage them.
Well, he blew 2 mines there. If they knew what the damage was like, they'd probably stick around a bit longer. And they've even got this Hawk now scouting it out. Nope, Vexus sees it and blows it up.
Yeah, this is really sad. If they knew that the Templar had no buyback and those were just mines there.
The mind games from GOD working out this time around.
And this is the most important part. Like, now he has his Ganims. He doesn't even need those mines pre-planted over there. He can just keep planting one, blow it up, and the creep waves pretty much. It's gonna be really hard for Arcanys to put. This was GOD's plan all along, I guess. They just wanted to total it out with the techies if they fall behind, of course. But right now they're behind. They're gonna wait for that Roshan. They gotta wait for all these important kickoffs. And the Templar needs to not get caught out. He's been unfortunate in all these fights. Before all of them, before crucial fights, he's been.
Well, Rosh is back. Templar scouted out along with the Beastmaster as well. So I expect 10 heroes to make a beeline towards the pit now. And maybe even a little skirmish for that Aegis. And there's a double damage rune to be contested as well.
Right, if Templar gets this DD, this is gonna be the shortest Roshan of her life. But she's not even moving.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that no one's moving towards the Rosh pit just yet. They're gonna send out a Hawk though towards the pit, so they should see this happening, that there's no one in the pit, and there's no real pressure, I'd say, for Arcanys to go into that Rosh pit, right? They do have the superior team fight, but they're not certain if there's mines inside the pit. Do they have a gem on their side? Well,
yeah, they just picked up the gem on window.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gotta say, this is looking really good for Arcanys so far. It's 17 to 12, just 30 minutes in, but even though the graphs are not that far apart, it feels like Arcanys is just getting a lot more work done. They're farming this map a lot more efficiently.
It's actually so annoying that Gyro can't destroy those mines. That's the one reason that Arcanys hasn't pushed high ground yet.
That's true. But then again, they've got the Viper. They could send him on the front lines, and he's quite fat. He's got 1800 HP and about 17 armor with a full Ags and a mech ready to go. Cheeky mines on the side there. Oh, all three of them blown up, but Heinrich, I don't think he was in range for all three to hit him there. But yeah, that's gonna be in a tier 2 tower, and that's the last outer tower for GOD, about to be annihilated as Godoge is hanging around here. Just gonna try and put down mines to slow down the creep wave, but without their outer towers, it's a lot easier for Arcanys to jump in and take Roshan.
They're already making be an easy Roshan for them. Again, GOD just opting to split push. I don't think they can fight into this at any point.
Yep. It's pretty loud and clear from them. They want to stick on their high ground, and that's the only place they want to fight. I did hear the Spirit Breaker charging somewhere, but he's heading towards the middle lane. He's probably going to try and take a tier 1 tower while Arcanys takes down Roshan.
Ooh, if he walks into those landmines, it'll be one of the hilarious moments. Those are actually Radiant landmines.
Oh god. Ponlo is in the vicinity. They want to jump this. That's Spartosai coming in. The Fisher, the Nether Strike. They even jump in with the Enchant Totem. A charge for good measure, and they'll get the kill on the Rubik. So at least GOD gets something. They got a 50-second window now where Arcanys probably won't push. Although they did get the Aegis now on the Gyrocopter once again, and he's got 3,700 gold in the bank.
Sanjay Yasha is almost complete. They have all their core items. Once the Rubik spawns them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
SNY, is that really the best item choice this game?
I would have preferred a BKB on him. I guess he just wants to get tanky. I don't think it's that bad, but anyways, anyone would have preferred a BKB.
Yeah, I guess it's just for a little bit of extra damage and mobility along with the HP. He's pretty tanky right now. They're gonna need at least about, what, 5 or 6 remote mines to take him down alone.
Yeah, he's pretty far ahead. He has enough magic immunity. He doesn't need to be so scared of those. And the most important thing is the Sanj helps him against that Yopi ulti. Damage.
Nothing like raw HP to help you live through that. Legion Jesus meanwhile using that Desolator to take down a tier 2 tower at the top lane. No fortification gonna be used for that. He blinks away instantly and comes back to fight with his team. There's a whole bunch of remote mines here in the middle lane. The gem carrier is in the vicinity, so they see all this. They're gonna start bringing them down one by one as Godoge realizes that he's gotta blow them. He's got, well, he doesn't have the minefield sign for another 33 seconds. This is possibly the best opportunity window that they've asked for. But one mine is enough to clean up a creep wave. That's really quite an issue.
Right, so he goes where the Sanjay Yasha made sense for him. Just want to be in front, flanking out.
Oh, nice blink away there from Illusion Jesus as the tier 3 tower goes down. Heinrich almost losing his Aegis. The blink in with the primal drop, but there was a linkage on the Queen of Pain. They're even going to throw down the Winter's Curse. The stolen Sonic Wave returned by the Rubik to secure the kill on the TA while the Aegis expended on Heinrich. He's got a BKB. He can't turn this around. He's holding on to it for now though, just waiting, taking his time, biding his time as the entirety of GOD trying to get aggressive. Godot will blow himself up as Illusion Jesus now coming in after that buyback. He does want to jump in. They really want to commit to this Heinrich. He's going to get slowed by the trap. There's a Lincoln thrown down onto the Templar Assassin. They're going to turn around here. Here comes the charge. He doesn't have the Nether Strike, but they're still going to bring down the Gyro by the looks of it. He's juking like a boss, but it's not enough because Vexus blinks in and finishes up on him as he blinks out to stay alive. Rubik coming in. He doesn't have any spells here. He will take a fall, but not before bringing down the Queen of Pain. Double kill for Vexus as they did go down again. He does have the buyback, but doesn't need it. Echo Slam now. The whole good clean fun in position, and Templar coming in with the meld hits and the Deso attacks. They will get another kill. GOD, against all odds, have mounted a successful high ground defense. It did cost them buybacks, but they did get a whole bunch of kills out of it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they covered up that buyback. And they defended their high ground. I think that's a win-win situation for them. So this is gonna keep happening. Arcanys, they aren't gonna be content with this high ground again, and that's gonna be one of the most fights of the game because they won't have the Aegis. They do wait for the Aegis and then opt to push. I think it's gonna be too late for them.
Yeah, I mean that Aegis is at least a good 6 minutes away at the bare minimum, and that's just time that GOD can use to farm up on the Templar Assassin and on the Queen of Pain. At the same time, every minute not spent pushing by Arcanys is a minute spent by Godot mining up their side of the map, and that is really, it's one of the best ways to get back map control when you have a techie. So when you manage to get a team wipe, walk out into the enemy jungle, place down walls, place down mines, get some vision, and also set up some potential kills. As you see, he's not spending too much time mining up everything. He is putting down some aggressive walls near the neutral camps, but he's scattered around a whole bunch of mines and status traps just for that bit of vision.
Lotus Orb also going to be picked up on the Spirit Breaker. This is going to be quite amazing. At that point, when someone's Lotus Orb, you can't pretty much do anything to him. You can't Winter Alt him, you can't rocket, you can't draw. There's just, everything's going to be returned back.
And the minefield sign is back online for Godot, so he's gonna make sure that his base is well defended. His high ground is well defended at least, so I think we're gonna hit that stalemate if Arcanys tries to push, and they realize this as well. They're just gonna back away for now. But really, what is the game plan? Do they just wait for the next Aegis?
Yeah, I guess they have to, and they have to try to get some more items up on the Glimmer Capes are being picked up on all of their supports now. Rubik got his too. It's not that they can't fight into this.
Yep, his Glimmer Cape is online. He's even got a casual point booster along with, assuming he's going to build that into an Ag Scepter, because, well, there's 4 alts that can be upgraded with the Ag Scepter, so why not?
One thing that hurts this lineup a lot, this playstyle when they're 5-manning, is that Heinrich can't actually farm that much. If you see, he's actually fallen behind on net worth quite a lot. TA is taken over because, well, she has pretty much split push, pre-farm. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yep, 1700 gold meanwhile now on the Gyro, but he like you mentioned, he is quite far behind the Templar Assassin. She's picked up a quarterstaff, so it is going to be the butterfly pick coming out for her, and yeah, I gotta say it's a good pick up against the Gyro, forcing him now to get the MKB. Or maybe even on the Viper, they're gonna need an MKB, but it looks like Viper is just trying to get as tanky as possible with an Ogre Club pickup. Arcanys though, with the smoke, they want this kill on Illusion Jesus. Heinrich's smoke got dispelled, he's the only one that got revealed, so Godot and company know that something's up.
Yeah, I was actually surprised the Beastmaster didn't blink in there. Opted to wait for a second too late. I think that pretty much cost them that. Good blinking, I mean good awareness by the TO. Like if he was caught out again, he has no buyback. It was game.
AJ, sorry to interrupt you, but I think I can hear someone singing in the background, so you might need to shut your window.
It is actually shut. That's a loudspeaker going on in the background.
Oh god.
I just can't type it. I'm gonna mute myself and all that.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. But here we go. The Matno is actually going to get his TP cancelled by the Winter's Curse. After that death on the Rubik, it looks like Arcanys will strike back by taking away the dominating streak on the Spirit Breaker. Now normally I'd say that was okay for Arcanys, but it's just space creation for GOD. They've got some time for TA to farm, and again, Godoge mining up the entire middle lane. Oh, nice Observer Ward though. This Arcanys Observer Ward is going to scout out Godoge shenanigans if he does choose to mine up this point on the lane. What's the buyback status? Like, we've got no buyback on the Templar Assassin for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Queen of Pain, she does have the buyback, so her along with the Gyrocopter as well on the side of Arcanys. So there are a few buybacks. GOD can consider holding their high ground once again, but I'm not certain that it's ever going to get to that point. There's just an army of mines, remote mines rather, placed in this lane, and even though there's no minefield sign, one mine is enough to take down a creep wave. Unless they walk up onto the high ground or send their books to start taking down these remote mines. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how Arcanys plans to push this wave. Oh, the force! Godoge actually blowing all of his mines, and Viper doesn't even go down. That could be a straight up invitation card sent out to Arcanys saying, come, break our axes. They're actually going to go up now. There's no mines, no minefield sign, and Gyro's looking... Yeah, he does have his BKB ready to go. It's a 9-second BKB. Here we go. Again, 2 mines placed down. That should clean out the creep wave. There's a stasis trap placed behind as well. And Arcane is just a little too spooked. They're not going in without the Roshan. The Beastmaster Hawk will scout out the Rosh respawn. And once they've got the Aegis, they're going to feel more confident. But again, time spent not pushing the late wave is time spent by Godoge actually mining up the lane, sorry. And they're pushing out again, they're pushing out the middle lane. They're not going to contest this Rosh, so Aegis will be claimed by Arcanys. They've already scattered in the wind here. GOD moving up top as Matno is pushing out. Aegis claimed by the Gyrocopter. Despite having the Sanjin Yasha and the BKB, I feel like he's not hitting hard enough.
Yeah, he doesn't have any damage yet. I'm sorry I'm muted most of the time because it's really loud behind me and nothing I can do about it. But he doesn't have any damage output. He's gonna actually scout out that butterfly on Templar, so he's gonna opt to go for an MKB now, I assume. But it's still far away.
But yeah, without the MKB, it seems like an open road for GOD to actually cleave through heroes in these team fights. They do have the Winter's Curse to use that against them, but it's definitely going to be a tall order with the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker and the Shadow Blade on the Lotus Orb on the Spirit Breaker. If they can use the Lotus Orb against that Winter's Curse, man, that could be Arcanys in such a disastrous position. Well then, Vexus will reconnect. Unfortunate there that we had a little bit of disconnection, but looks like we're good to go. Heinrich is building a butterfly of his own, so he's not going for the MKB. This is interesting. They're going to play it as defensively as they can, hoping that the flak cannons is enough to take down GOD while keeping Heinrich alive. And with the mech and the cold embrace at his heels, I think this is going to be a hard gyro to kill, unless of course TA can pick up an MKB before the next fight.
Yeah, but it's gonna be pretty hard for TA to kill. I mean, it's gonna be pretty hard to kill TA as well. She can just jump into fights right now. She's pretty much immune with that BKB plus butterfly. Bring down the jump.
Yep, true that. I really can't argue with that, but it's gone beyond the point where it doesn't matter that GOD doesn't have a mech carrier. And Arcanys, they had this really strong early game lineup, but the crucial pickup that is the Ag Scepter on the techies has just caused so many problems now for Arcanys. That middle lane, it's almost always pushed out. Every time it gets to halfway point in the lane, there's a mine to blow up the creep wave. Arcanys are having a really hard time here pushing in, and slowly but surely you do see GOD pulling ahead. They now got a 3000 net worth lead along with 7500 EXP going their way.
There's almost 6k gold on this QOP. I think he's actually gonna opt to go and get an entire hex buyback for now. He's got something actually. Yeah, it's gonna be a white stone, so that's pretty much a hex.
Is it though? Yeah, it has to be a hex. What else could he possibly buy?
Unless you wanna have the first Battle Fury Q.
I was thinking more along the lines of yeah, never mind that.
Could get a refresher too.
Yeah, I was thinking of refresher, but then he'd have left the Korean base itself. Slow and steady seems to be the name of the game for Arcanys, but I'm not sure if that's really the best way to go. But now, I mean, they don't really have a choice. They have to take it slow. They've not made the fullest use of that Aegis. Arcanys, well, GOD has actually done a great job of dodging and not suffering any significant blows while that Aegis was online for the gyro. And they've pretty much weathered the storm. I think Roshan should reclaim his toy back in a couple of minutes. Yeah, this clock is impossible to read, man. But yeah, about 2 more minutes or 3 more minutes till the Aegis gets reclaimed, and I think that's when GOD says, hey, maybe we can fight now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So QOP opts to complete buyback for him. They're quite confident. They're just keeping these lanes pushed out, and that's the best game plan.
There's another 3000 gold on this Spirit Breaker as well, so he's definitely going to hold on to his buyback, I'm assuming, given that he's going to be the first one into the fight and possibly the last one out, if at all he does get out. Heinrich, meanwhile, I think why did he take so much damage? Maybe the mines, yeah, I think it was remote mines placed down by Godoge.
Or a co-op ult.
Radiant's middle tower is
I'm not
under
sure
attack.
by the QOP.
Look at this. So this is really cheeky from Vexus. He sees about 2 or 3 heroes grouping up at the bottom lane, and immediately he starts punching down another tower on the other side of the map. This means that Arcanys, it's definitely not worth it for them to sack this tower altogether. They've rotated out the Rubik already, and Vexus, his job has been done here. Space created once again, as Templa's got 4.2k gold in the bank.
That MKB you were talking about, it's not so far away anymore.
Top lane's been pushed in as well by the Queen of Pain and the Spirit Breaker. 3.5k now on the Spirit Breaker. Does he go for a Silver Edge here? If I'm not mistaken, that works against the corrosive skin of the Viper as well.
I don't think it's that big a factor, right? Because the Templar has to speak pretty much kill off the Viper. Not sure he would opt to go for. I think a BKB on him, maybe top mid charge.
Yeah, that actually sounds like
again,
the best decision.
Like we pointed out before, there's so many things that go through BKB. It's not. I don't even know.
Perhaps. I still think that it's worth it. Even if there's a lot of spells that do go through, you'd rather have multiple targets for them to pick and choose those spells on.
Yeah, that's true. You'd rather have the Winter's Curse used on the Spirit Breaker than, for that matter, at all.
Yeah, as long as Templar Assassin isn't in the vicinity, yeah, I'm pretty sure Spirit Breaker's not going to be peeved about getting Winter's Cursed. The lack of a Daedalus though on this Templar Assassin, now it seems like she's not going to be able to go for it. She needs that MKB for the gyro, but the lack of that crit, that mel damage plus Teso armor reduction crit it does make Templar Assassin seem a little bit underwhelming.
He is actually going for a heart.
Okay then.
This is new for me. I've actually not seen this. Guess he wanted to get more tanky. Normally you would go for Satanic, but he has the Deso up.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, Deso Heart used to be like the go-to item duo. Whenever you pick up Deso, you usually go and pick up a Heart at the end because, well, Deso doesn't give you any stats apart from raw damage and armor reduction. But yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that Heart pickup. But obviously, they're the professionals. They know what they're doing.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Again,
under
a whole
attack.
army of mines. The refraction works wonders against those Necronarchans. Vexus, oh, what are you doing there? He's way out of no man's land. It's the TP coming in from the Beastmaster, but Vexus actually blinked in and TP'd out, so unconventional but effective. He's done a lot of damage on that tier 3 as well. The rat is real, man. Queen of Pain is just proving to be such a pest.
So hard for Arcanys. I feel for them. It's so hard to push that. They need to take team fights. They need to pretty much wipe this lineup.
Oh, speaking of team fights, they jumped in on Heinrich. This could be a crucial pick to at least spit it out as BKB. Here comes the Winter Wyvern. She's been hexed up and taken down before she can throw down the Winter's Curse. Heinrich, though, he survives. He's back up to full HP. And they're gonna go in. Are they actually gonna commit? Nope, they got the Winter Wyvern, but that's all they're gonna get for now. They did bait out a BKB charge on the Gyro. How did Gyro get back up to full health? I don't think it was the Cold Embrace, right?
Cold Embrace plus mech. Yes, that's
But I don't think the mech was used
no,
there.
mech wasn't used.
Maybe the Aegis timed out? Or did he not have it there? Yeah, I think the Aegis timed out.
Can't even check it. That was the Aegis timeout. That would... I think no, he couldn't have possibly had Aegis. Roshan's just respawned.
Oh yeah, that's true. He couldn't have had Aegis. Maybe it was just the Cold Embrace. He does have a helm as well, so maybe it was the lifesteal coming out.
It's a max cold. That was that plus the counter for that.
Well, you've got GOD taking down another Rosh. This one's with the cheese, and it looks like Arcanys wants to contest, but they're gonna be just a little too late to the party. There's mines scouting out all their movements along the way, and stasis traps laid down as well. Age is secured here by the Queen of Pain. The cheese will be picked up by the Spirit Breaker. And well, Templar Assassin might have picked it up, but she's got no room. She's picked up that full heart now. And she has the buyback over and above it. This game, I've got to say, GOD, it looks like they're just out-experiencing, out-experiencing Arcanys. It's like they know exactly what needed to be done and they're playing it just perfectly. Even though Arcanys looked like they had such an amazing early game, they're looking like they're crumbling now.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
But even the career goes now.
Yeah, and nothing lost on it though, so I don't think it should be that big of a deal.
What was it doing there then? POP kill it?
Yeah, beats me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Queen of Pain killed it in the tree line here, but yeah, beats the hell out of me why it was there in the first place. Ponlo, he's got the gem on him. Oh, that's actually Winter Wyvern's gem, but there is another gem on the Wyvern, so Techie's not as much of a problem as GOD would like him to be. I wonder though, is this GOD's turn now? Do they pop a smoke and try and make a play on the back of that Aegis and cheese?
I think they're gonna opt to just 5-man and push up a lane.
Well, it does look like they've taken the aggression on their own shoulders now. They've pushed out all 3 lanes and maybe that's when they group up.
Yes!
Yeah, I didn't notice what the BKB actually done. Spirit Break. Aegis is gonna have it. Well, Bloodstone. So his gonna be able to. Looks really hard for Arcanys, right?
Yep, it does. Arcanys though. Let's see. Again though, one big high ground fight might just keep dice once again. And I think GOD senses this as well, which is why they're not overcommitting. But there is such a thing as too much passivity, and this might just be straight up proof of it. They see the Viper, they throw down the Hex on him, counter-strike the Sonic Wave, but it's not enough so far. The mech is there along with the Cold Embrace. He's gonna stay alive for now. The BKB from the Spirit Breaker. He's gonna jump in on the Rubik instead. The easier target is what they're gonna go for. The Sonic Wave stolen return, but it's not doing as much damage as they would have liked. Now it's Viper's turn. He's on the hunt. Well, he's being hunted actually as he gets blown apart. The Sonic Wave from the high ground from Vex is scoring that kill. The buyback from the Viper. Heinrich enters the play, gets the kill on the Earthshaker with his BKB unloaded. His flat cannon's doing work. Illusion Jesus goes down to the Rocket Barrage, and now Matano on the run. It's a double kill for Heinrich, and he's not done just yet. He wants more, but Vexus blinks out in the nick of time. 107 seconds for the Templar Assassin to respawn. Thankfully for her, she has the buyback, but Arcanys will be feeling happy after that fight.
And the lack of MKB is really hurting. Oh.
Okay, then I missed that kill, but there's a gem that's hit the deck. And it's... Are they gonna go for this? No, Godoge choosing not to go. Casual charge of darkness coming out. Oh, Winter Wyvern is not in range. He's alright. But I did spot a double hex there coming out, so who's the second hex carrier? No, I guess...
Refresher on Quap.
Oh, my bad. Refresher on Quap.
Yeah, but as I was saying, that the lack of MKB is really hurting that TA. Just keeps hitting the gyro and, well, nothing happens to him. He's just missing everything. Casual Observer destroyed mid. He was just lying there, not even planted.
Well, Lotus Orb now returning the rocket on the Heinrich. Are they gonna make a play off of this? Nah, I don't think they can. There's no Templar Assassin, and Earthshaker is back in the fountain as well. That tier 2 tower, they're just standing for so long. Arcanys, even though God sort of lost the fight there, they want to take another one. They know that if they get the kill on the Viper, that's a dieback on him, and that should make their high ground task a little easier. Meanwhile, Gyro picks up an ultimate orb.
Yeah, I don't understand why these teams really don't like MKBs. But they're opting to get more tanky on the... Don't blame him for that. He wants to survive those mines. High ground. And he realizes at this point that the TA is doing nothing to him.
Yeah, it is really a scary sight to see Gyro that bad this fast, and even with a TA that looks pretty much equally stacked, it does seem like the flak cannons are proving to be the clear victor in these skirmishes. That hard pickup though, I mean, I can't even say I blame him for it. It's definitely necessary. He wouldn't survive even half as long as he does right now without it, but one could make the case that with the MKB online, maybe they'd have been able to take down the Gyro faster as well.
I guess what they expected was the QOP to be able to burst down the Gyro with that double sonic wave, but Gyro's tanked up a lot. It's just gonna be unkillable by that. He's almost got 3000 HP. That's without the Skadi.
Beastmaster though, he's got his books of lads to help out his buddies along with that blink dagger. I'm thinking an Ag Scepter might not be the ideal choice this game. Perhaps, maybe even building into a short. Oh yeah, Refresher would actually be great. Versus the BKB on... Well, actually there's 3 heroes or 4? Is it 4? No, it's 3. It's 2 heroes with BKBs right now on the side of God. Earthshaker. Looks like he's got 2200 gold, but what is the Earthshaker doing?
Camping?
That is not your base, buddy.
Does he want to pick up that gem and die? That would be an insane play if he does.
But he doesn't even know it's there. He's just assuming that it's going to be in there. And even if he picks it up, there's a gem on Arcian. And what's the point of picking it up and dying? He needs to get out of there.
Ghost Scepter?
Liquid are doing it. Bonlo waiting on the side. He's thinking jumping in, but he's gonna have to wait till the 4 staff is back. Why?
What's happening? I think he's just planning a ward in the base. Just trying to ward out the Indian base. I have no idea what's happening in this game anymore.
Okay, he sold the tangos off.
And now he's making his way out of there.
That was really clowny. Okay then. But what's the point? I'm sure he had an agenda. I can't figure out for the life of me what it is. They're not going to be able to snipe the courier here, that's for sure.
I don't know what's happening. I think we have to ask him after this game why he actually did this.
I think this is too next level for us, man. Heinrich though, he's picked up another Sanj now along with the Mantle tile. What on earth is going on this game, AJ? Is there something wrong with MKBs? Because I thought it was one of the most overpowered items after the break changes.
Hold that thought though, there's an MKB on the TA.
Standing applause, please. But yeah, that's definitely gonna help chunk through Heinrich if they can disable him long enough so that he doesn't trigger the Satanic. Clean fun. Nice Fisher from Pongler. It's actually blocked out Viper. They could bring him down before this fight begins, and indeed they will. Winter Skull thrown out. It's a little too late though. Viper's already hit the deck, and that's a dieback on him, I believe. He's got no buyback for 80 seconds. Illusion Jesus giving chase now. It's Arcanys in a headlong retreat. They have the primal draw. The Echo Slams there. They're gonna get the kill on the Winter Wyvern, but not before they start turning things around. Here comes Heinrich, unloading his guns. He's gonna get a bunch of kills here. Templar Assassin goes down. 99 seconds till she's back as Heinrich now giving chase onto Matno. He's popped his BKB and he's trying to make a run for it, but here's the Beastmaster giving chase as well. They don't have the detection without the Necronomicon units, but instead they're gonna get the kill on the Rubik as Earthshaker jumps in with the Enchant Totem. There's the homing missile now giving chase onto Pongler. He does have the 4-star. He will go up onto the high ground, and that should be his secure location. Godoge meanwhile with the mines, making sure that the tier 3 tower escapes without a scratch on it. Huh. GOD defense once again, and only one buyback necessary.
That too was the Earthshaker if I'm not mistaken. So that's not that consequential. He already has his basic items, he has his 4-star blink, he doesn't want anything else.
That's true.
They're playing this quite well. Defending well. Viper's down for long.
Finally. Finally the MKB's up on Heinrich. He's up to the sell off the Sanj, and yeah, he's got a full MKB now. But that means he's walking around without a buyback for a couple of minutes.
I guess they're gonna opt to get that buyback back and then push, because I don't see them pushing without a buyback. He realizes, man, he's missing everything, and these... It was so surprising, right? Because we expect these players to already build those MKBs and go in guns blazing at each other, but they opted to go defensive on both of these heroes, thus prolonging this game.
But I feel like the MKB pickup on the Gyro is a lot more effective and threatening for GOD than the MKB on the Templar Assassin. That flak cannon is going to do exponentially more damage now in those fights, and we already saw the call down flags desecrating GOD's side, and I fear for their survival, for their safety now with that MKB pickup.
You can look at it this way, that the pickup on TA is more threatening towards the Gyro himself, because he can just be hexed and brought down really quickly. I guess the next thing that Templar could do is opt to sell that Desolate and go for some crits.
Yeah, I think that is the next best option for the Templar Assassin, but yeah, I don't see anything else that she could do apart from upgrading that those boots of travels, and she can't even hold on to the Aegis. It looks like there's at least a slot on Vexus, so he can hold on to the next Aegis if they do get Roshan. He has respawned, by the way, and I think both teams know this.
This is gonna be off.
Heinrich always out by himself here. There are TPs coming in, but it looks like he's going to go down first. Double Sonic Wave thrown down. A great Cold Embrace coming out, keeping him alive. That's a lot expended on the side of GOD. The BKB as well now. Illusion Jesus, he's being wrecked here as Heinrich with the MKB ensures that he goes down this time. And I think GOD might have to force the buyback this time around. How does Vexus take this Aegis? By himself. There's no Templar to help him with the physical DPS. I don't think they can take it.
Depending on the mines, I guess? I don't know. They're just trying to make the best of the situation. Okay, the buyback.
Yeah, there's the buyback, and I think that's a clear indicator for that Arcanys will be moving into the pit as well. Good status trap, holding good clean fun in place, and well, Templars here, but they can't really go into this rush pick just yet. The entirety of Arcanys is in the vicinity. The middle lane is being given some momentum by the Rubik before he joins the fray. But there's a whole bunch of mines inside the pit, and I think that is the reason why they're playing this so aggressively. There's the 4-star, good clean fun, still not going down, finally takes a fall as the Sonic Wave cleans up on him. Heinrich pops his BKB, the flak cannons have been unloaded as well. Looks like Illusion Jesus is trapped in with him, mano a mano, and the Beastmaster jumps in as well. This is going to be a dieback on the TA, 120 seconds till the Templar respawns. The Aegis though, not taken just yet. Godoge from the high ground gets the kill on the Beastmaster. Meanwhile, Matno charging forward, they're going to get this kill on Barosai. Actually, it's going to be Matno who needs to get out of here as the Rubik with the Stolen Fisher gets himself a double kill. This should be a very comfortable Aegis picked up by Arcanys, but it's not going to be the Gyro holding on to it. If anything, I think Gyro is going to consume the cheese and then move on to the high ground.
Yeah, at most points this game was completely over. because your TA has pretty much died, your position 1 has died without buyback, but they have a techies. They can still hold this.
Can they though? I mean, there is a gem on the Rubik, and even though there's a minefield sign in the middle lane,
I mean, they can hold on to the game. They're going to lose a Rax, that's for sure, but I think they can buy enough time for the TA to come back.
I don't know, man. That's 60 seconds that they need to buy. There's no mines in this top lane either. They've dodged the minefield sign, but they've taken out the Raxes anyway with the Necronomicons and the Gyro Illusions. Beastmaster, of course, throwing his body at those Raxes as well. Top Raxes are being taken down. With 2 Raxes down, GOD is going to have an immense amount of pressure to deal with, and I don't know if 1 Techies is enough to deal with it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
They're going for GG.
30 seconds in, there's the primal though, the 4-star for base with the cooldown won't connect. Winter's Curse thrown out onto Godoge instead. The Lotus Orb not put to the fullest use, as it looks like nobody's gonna die at the end of it. Heinrich, he does have his BKB and Satanic, and I think he's gonna unload, but he needs to do it in time. Great save once again from the Winter Wyvern. Heinrich's back up to full HP. There's the buyback from the Queen of Pain. BKB now popped. Godoge just dies to the Flak Cannons, as does the Spirit Breaker, or was it the Earthshaker? Tier 4 is taking a fall. Godoge now trying to slow this down as best as he can. Satanic not available. Heinrich gonna be charged, but the Hex stopping him in his tracks. Vex is in trouble as well. Another cold embrace onto the Gyro while TA comes in to try and slow this down some more. Illusion Jesus with the BKB. He's being guided so well here, but the throne going down here. Heinrich again hexed up. The refresher from Vex is being put to use. Can Illusion Jesus be stopped long enough for Heinrich to take down the throne? And indeed, it's gonna be the GG as GOD loses by a hair's breadth here. What an amazing game this has been. Game 1 almost going in favor of GOD, but Arcanys proves to be the superior team here as they take the win about 60 minutes in. I think AJ has officially died, guys.